Yep. It is just about that time. It is that time in the morning. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I want y'all to look and see what is going on in the charts already this morning. Oh my goodness, we have already surpassed the 5,400 mark. Where did we close yesterday? Who remembers where SPX closed yesterday? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Where did SPX close yesterday? SPX closed yesterday at 52.87. 52.87. And we're at 54.25, which means we're up about 140 points. A lot. Ah la la. We are up and up and up. We closed. Oh my goodness, they didn't even on here. Let me get to some more time on here so that way we can see it a little bit better. This is what happened in the night. Oh, gap. Y'all see that big old gap up? We closed here, down in here. Well, down here. This is where we closed last night, where my mouse is. This is where we closed. And we had a gap up. And this is what it's been doing since it gapped up. That says SP 500. Let me get to the right thing. SPX 500. I'm sure it's going to be very similar. It is the same thing. It just gives us one. SPX 500 continues to run. We just got this big old candle. Let us know where we close. And then we ran on up some more. Move on up a little higher. Yes, that's what SPX said. Ain't nobody going to hold me down. Good morning. Hey, Nankali Ward. Question, whoever you are, hi. Give me a name. Good morning. Janae and Marsha. Good morning, people. Good morning. How's everybody? We are up. The market is up. We are up. It's up. We're up. We're just, all the pieces and the parts. All the pieces and the parts are going on this morning right off rip. It is the middle of the week. It is Wednesday, hump day. Letting all the platforms tell the people that we're here, that Educator to Trader, Arlissa is on. That's what we're telling them. Arlissa's on. Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and get started because I need to wrap this up because we got things to do today. The volatility, the VIX is at 28. It's down about 2 points. The VIX going down means the market is going up. Generally, that's what that means. The VIX going down, the market's going up. That's pretty much what it means, right? I don't know. I got to watch about my IWM trade. It's like it's trying to be going with all this. I don't know about that. Ooh, we'll see. All right. Anyway, the VIX is at 28.06. A lot of news. U.S. stock futures jump as a wave of relief sweeps the markets. U.S. stock futures jump as President Trump softened his tone both on Fed Chair Powell and China tariffs. Trump says, I had no intentions of firing Fed's Powell, probably because you can't. First of all, you talk all you want to, you can't run him off. And he probably was told by all the people, you need to pull up off Powell. That's a non-starter, bruh. That's a non-starter. Leave Powell off. He's who's kept us kept us between the lines. And you don't get to bother. Some stuff we just don't get to bother. Some stuff is out of your control. Wonder who this guy is and how his how I bet he's famous for that haircut or that hairdo. I don't know if it's a haircut or a hairdo. What y'all think? Anyway, Americans expect tariff-driven price surge. Companies say they're right. So now the China thing, I think also we saw China, Trump hints that 145% China tariffs won't stay that way. I think I saw something that said that the 145% is not really where they'll be, but that's what we got going there. Let me see if there's any news over here. We just need to hone in on over here. Tesla stock climbs as Musk plans to cut time spent on Doge. Boeing jumps after posting smaller loss than expected. GE Vernova stock rises after beating quarter one revenue estimates. U.S. mortgage rates rise again, reach highest since February. U.S. mortgage rates. You wonder why people ain't buying houses, because the mortgage rates is crazy. The mortgage rates is crazy right now. Okay, so we got that. Let's move on to CNBC. Hey, Selena. Yeah, you talk all you want to. You better leave Powell alone. Hey, Tanya and Selena. Better leave Powell alone. Stocks making the biggest move: Boeing, Tesla, BP, Eli Lilly, and more. Pre-market, we got the futures are all green. Excuse me. Oil is red. 10-year bonds are red. Dow futures rallied 600 points after Trump softens his stance on Powell and China tariffs. Trump just be talking, and some stuff you can really just be like, she's just talking, because anybody who know really anything good know that the Powell thing was just a talk, was just saying what you saying. European stocks rise. SAP shares jump after first quarter profit jump amid economy uncertainty. That's all over in Europe. Asia's all red. I mean, all green, sorry, except for Shanghai. I looked right here and said red. Shanghai is down 3.4 or 0.10%. Hong Kong stocks lead gains in Asia on hopes of de-escalation of the U.S.-China tensions. Yeah, I'm sure we all want that, because this is too much. It's just too much, and we've got we're too interspersed. We are too in together for there to be this. I think, again, I believe there needs to be a conversation. It needs to be something. There's some adjustments that need to be made. Yeah, okay, I'm going on from there. Crypto is all green this morning across the board. Crypto's all green. Peter Tuchman, he's a diehard Einstein of Wall Street. Okay. Is it Tuchman or Tuchman? Tell me how it's pronounced. I don't want to be saying people's name wrong. Today is Wednesday at 9 o'clock. FOMC member Goolsbee will speak. Waller will speak at 9:30. Flash manufacturing PMI is at 9:45. 10 o'clock, we've got new home sales. That's an orange folder. Oh, the red folder was the PMI at 9:45. Keep that in mind when you're trading. IMF meetings are still going on. This is day 3. 10:30 crude oil inventories, which is really probably an orange folder. 2 o'clock is the beige book, which includes other books. It says yellow, but it's probably going to be an orange book as well. And at 6:30, we have Hammock speaking. All right. Let's go look at investing.com. See if anything over here is also PMI is 3. 3 stars. New home sales, crude oil inventory. See here, it says 3 stars. That's because it really carries more weight than a yellow folder. 5-year note auction happens at 1 o'clock. The beige book is 2 o'clock, and those two have 2 stars as well. So there's a little bit of volatility expected there. Let's look at some earnings. Some earningses. All right, let me see. Where is my earnings? Let me see what EP Whisper says on this particular graphic. I might have to go to just my regular. Is this what I want? It may not be. That may not be what I want. Okay, let's go on over here to the weekly. So, excuse me and this. How about we get some water? Maybe that'll help it a little bit. Aftermarket yesterday, we had Tesla. Come on, work with me, machine. There we go. Aftermarket yesterday, we had Tesla, which I'll look at that on the chart in a minute. But from what it sounds like, Tesla made a nice little pop. People who be riding for Tesla, they riders. They are riders, okay? In phase was yesterday, Capital One, Steel Dynamics. Okay, this morning we have Boeing, AT&T, Next Era Energy was all this morning, GE, Vernova, General Dynamics. After market today, we'll have O'Reilly, Chipotle, ServiceNow, IBM, Lam Research, Texas Instruments, and then tomorrow morning, American Airlines, Southwest, Merck, Pepsi, Dow. Tomorrow after close, though, we'll have Intel and Google. Those will be anticipated tomorrow. Let's see what happens today with the leftovers. the leftovers from Tesla's earnings. Let's go see what Adam had to say. I'll set up our Tesla chart, so I'll make sure I go there next and I don't forget that that's where we're supposed to go next. Because y'all know I will forget. I will. Yeah, I will forget. All righty, well, definitely Tesla has a pop. Okay, looking at Adam. Adam said on Monday, the 5129 reclaim triggered a long in SPX, and all yesterday I posted to hold your runners. This is why I hold them every trade. Now, plus 280. I then post at 6:25 p.m. last night, 53.51 had to hold to see 54.22 plus, and we held 53.51 right after that and ran to 54.22. Now he's talking about ES because he's a ES, which is futures, S&P futures. He holds, he trades that. We take his ES numbers and transfer them to SPX, which is why you hear this during the night conversation, because he's talking about ES. Trail up stops now. It's been a fantastic move. Nothing to do but wait for the dip. 53.99 to 54.02 is support, and it is weak. 53.99, 54.02 is support. It is weak. If we fail, you see 53.79, 53.51 again, which is where he said it popped from the previous night. Gap fill below 53.41, 54.43, 54.49 are next to the upsides. 54.31, 43, and 49 are next to the upsides. The gap between ES and SPX, that should say SPX, is 26 points. The gap between those two is 26 points. XSP, if you're trading that, 545, 546 on the call credit spread side, if you're looking to the top side of that, and on the bottom side, 534, 535, if there's a dip that happens there. Okay. This information should be in our Telegram for those who are in my membership and in my areas, right? We've got some trades on here for the week. Is this week? Yeah, it is. Gold, McDonald's. And listen, did y'all see that gold is pulling back this morning? Gold is pulling back yesterday and this morning. We're not in that trade. We're in McDonald's though, and McDonald's is I think one of those sides, the PCS side, I think one of those sides is ready. We actually ended up doing an iron condor, and one of the sides is breached at this point. The other side is ready to close. Oh my goodness, that's a bad joke, Janae. I'm not going to repeat that one. Call credit spreads. We had Cisco, DIA, Home Depot, Johnson & Johnson, Microsoft. And the Microsoft trade did really well as well. We, again, did both sides of it. So now we've got to wait for the other side to make sure that we're okay there. All righty. Let me see what we got next on this slide. I think we're going to go back to the chart. Yep, that's where we're going to go. Add to the stage. We're going back to the chart. We're going back to the charts. I said I was going to look at Tesla, and that's where we are right now. Let's go look at Tesla. Had a guy who used to trade with us. He always said Tesla. Okay, this is the 15-minute chart. I can take it to 30, so that way we can have a little less data on the screen, but we can still see the move. Right, Tesla had earnings, had a big pop and drop. The wicking happens when the earnings call comes in. It decided we're going up, and it did just that. Tesla closed at 238 yesterday. It's at 256, so up about 18 points on the ride of the call. Now, I've mentioned to you all before about capital flow, and at the end of the day yesterday, capital flow, there was a massive amount of call money that went into Tesla at the end of the day yesterday, and it showed up on capital flow. And that's a resource that you want to see where the big money is putting their money in real time. Capital flow is that place. I do have a link, but capitalflow.app. I'm just going to put the link to the screen. But all day long, if you're trading a particular stock or you're looking for areas to see where's the big money? Where are the big boys putting their money all day long? Capital Flow is that place. They've also added, and this isn't a necessarily a Capital Flow promotion, but it is because it is a really good app. And every hour at 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, every hour there's a market moves, basically a little write-up that comes out every hour that talks about basically the direction of the market, have the spy or whatever, or have the calls picked up and the puts are decreasing in price, basically let you know that the market is turning one way or the other. And then it tells you some different areas on different stocks that may be experiencing a bit of a move or a drop. It's been on point. It comes out every hour. For those who trade as buyers or sellers, it's available. It'd be a good tool and a good resource for on either side. And that's if you're looking for a particular stock, you're just looking for opportunities. You want to see what the market is doing overall. For those of us who trade, the indices, it's definitely good because you can see what the overall market is doing. And that's at capitalflow.app. All right. This was Tesla we were looking at. What else did we say we're going to look at? We'll look at a couple more that had earnings. Let's see what their earnings look like. This is Boeing. Boeing closed yesterday at 162. It is currently at 170. Boeing did a nice little pop as well. Let's move on to the indices this morning as I swing the boat back around and head us back home. All right. SPY, of course, is moving because everything else is. 526 was where we closed SPY yesterday, and it is currently at 540. Currently at 5. So we're what up about 14 points, right? 526 to 540 is about 14 points. Triple Q looking just as green. It's up here. Filled this gap that was up here. I had a gap marked between 452 and 457, and that gap is being filled in the post-market pre-market. That gap is being filled, has been filled at this point. It may come back through it. Sometimes I see that gaps get filled twice, like it'll go through it and then come back through it, and then whatever that means, it does that, right? So it's at 458, triple Q that is. Triple Q closed at 444. Now it's at 458. So it's up about 14 points as well. Definitely a gap up there. And the one I don't necessarily want to see gapping up is IWM. No, I don't want to see this, but it has definitely gapped up and gapped on through my strikes. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Ooh, so we'll have to wait. We're credit spread, so I just need it to expire in the right place. So if it hits a bump in the road, I'm fine. Go on and hit the bump and come on back down. Hit your good resistance area, which let me go on to a daily chart and see where that is while we talking about it. Ooh, baby. Okay, so resistance on IWM is at 187.79, and it's coming right into it. And fine with me. Oh, it's a jumped over it. Take that back. Gotta go back. It's already jumped over it. Oh, my. Okay, so let's go see where else there is some resistance because we're at 192. There's a gap up here. There's a gap up here that is waiting to be filled. The beginning of this gap or the bottom of that gap is at 195. I don't want you to go that high to decide you ready to fill, ready to turn back IWM. But this is where, let me see if I change. Oh, I'm not on here to do no good charting, but I came to look and see now that, that's all momentum. Yeah, let me see if there's something else in here. Now that we're looking, it's been a minute since we're in this space. So let's see if there's something back here. Yep, we're in the 192 area. There is some resistance right where we are. I like to see it. I like to see it. I like to see it. Yes. Is that what that is? I hope that is well, you know what? Let me go back. I need to change to see if that's the stock or that's the moving. I think that's the moving average. I was getting excited for no reason. That's the moving average. That is not the stock price, but we are still in an area of resistance right in this zone. We're in the area based on some stuff that happened back in January. We are in resistance area. And sometimes when you're looking at your chart, You need to look back over. You need to look back at it. And now that I'm mentioning charts, let me go on and comment about this. Start with the chart. I have found that there are far too many people. I used to be people. There are far too many people who are trading in this here market and putting a whole bunch of money on the wood and not having any ability to look at this chart and see what is happening. Because if you look in here and you don't have a clue why they will be doing whatever, or when people say it's going to go here and come back, or it's going to do that and turn around, it's going this, that, and the third, or you're looking to see, I'm in a trade at 192 and I'm looking to see, is it going to turn back anytime soon, or is there any indication that it's going to turn back? You got to be able to chart and identify that and not depend on somebody else to tell you. Come on. All right. Go to the startwiththechart.com. It's a webinar. I also have a full charting training. I have a full charting training on how to chart your way to 100K. I'm not just pushing out things just so people can buy stuff. Okay. I just know that these are resources that we need, right? I create resources that, number one, I needed when I was coming along, and I'm an educator. So as I know people need, I educate on how to use these resources to make sure that you are not getting clapped in this here market. This is not the market to be out here just tossing it out going, let's just see if it comes back. Let's just see. No, this right here, this market we're dealing with right now is bananas. And you need all the tools in your tool bag. And one of the tools to add to your bag is how to chart. All right, chart your way to 100K. You can find this resource .com. Again, I don't create stuff just so people can buy it, but I do know that if there's no value in a thing, there is no value in a thing. Because I've given away full trainings to people. I've given away full trainings to people, and they never even opened it. Like, didn't even crack the link. Told me they were interested, get through all the conversation. And when I gave it to them, they didn't even crack the link. So I know if there's no value, there's no value. So there's that. All right, I'm off my soapbox on that. But my soapbox I will continue to be on is the fact that we need to be able to chart. When I say look at your chart, what's your chart telling you? I want you to be able to have some kind of an answer. I see support here. I see resistance there. If at the very minimum, support, resistance, and gap, that's a very minimum you need to be able to identify on your chart. Support, resistance, and some gaps. After you get that, we can add some moving averages because they will provide support and resistance for you as well. You can add that on. You can start with the basics, which is support, resistance, gaps. We can look at some candle patterns. Don't even got to get deep in the candle patterns. Okay. Candlestick Mastery Calendar shows us some basic but very useful patterns that are used and that show up all the time. The ones that show up over and over and over. I created this calendar with 12 candle patterns that can be used over and over and over. You'll see them on every time frame, on every chart. They can be used to trade every single day, all day long. All right. You can get that over at my Etsy shop. I don't want to sound like I'm fussing. Do I sound like I'm fussing? I'm a mom, and I'm a teacher, so sometimes it sounds fussy, but I don't want to sound fussy. I want to just make sure that we're getting ourselves equipped. This is the thing. I want us to be equipped. I want us to equip ourselves, all right? If you haven't already, please join me over on LinkedIn. LinkedIn.com/company/educator-2trader. And if I'm talking about you in the charting, just say ouch and go start learning some stuff. You can learn a little bit, just add to your knowledge daily. Right? Just go add to it. That's how do we learn anything? We start learning it. That's how we learn anything. We just start learning it. That's how it goes. Ward says, not really. You want us to know what we're doing. Yeah, I want us to know what we're doing. I'm here to help, but I want us to know what we're doing. I want to help, but I'm not going to help more than you can help yourself. I always tell my students, I teach college, by the way. I tell my students, I'm not going to work harder for your grade than you do. I will give you everything you need, but I'm not going to work harder for your grade than you do. Because they'll let you, by the way, they'll let you overfunction. People in general will let you overfunction for them and then blame you when it don't go right. They'll do that. They'll let you overfunction and then point fingers at you when it goes wrong. And I refuse. I refuse. I feel bad enough if people are with me and we have problems and we lose money. I feel bad enough. But I can't take all the responsibility because everybody has to hold their own bag. Everybody, you are the CEO of your own portfolio. All right. Good morning, Drew. Hey, I was looking for you yesterday. Okay, strategies for trading. This is in our community. We do weekly credit spreads, daily SPX credit spreads, cash secure puts, and covered calls. We use the credit spreads and the cash secure puts to acquire assets. We need to acquire shares, especially down here at these prices. I'm actually going to record a video today on how we can use cash secure puts at these low prices to get ourselves some more shares. Bible Sense said, I told someone that about their budget and financial discipline this week. Well, yeah. SPX playbook. We're actually going over the material in this playbook on Thursday in my membership. We're going to go over this power hour strategy that we use. We're mixing some strategies together to make sure that we're able to pull in profits all day long. That's what I want for my community. I want the folks in my community to be able to, at any moment of the day, to be able to open up their computer and say, I'm ready to pull some profits off the market and be able to go in whatever time suits their life. Sometimes you got time at 10 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you don't have time till 3. I want you to be able at any time of the day to say, okay, I'm ready. And I can go in here, take a check, look at the landscape. I got me a strategy I can use at any time. If I'm working in the morning, I can use this and do my PDT hack. If I'm working in the middle of the day, I can use this, yada yada. If I'm working in the afternoon, I can use this, da 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 da, and pull in my. And if I want to work all day long, because some people, sometimes like me, if I'm on a Monday or Wednesday or Friday when I'm not teaching at the university, I might decide I want to do morning, middle, afternoon. I might decide I want all day long. I might want all day long, and I want to have a strategy that will work all day, even if I got to switch up. This is what I'm teaching us. How can you pull money out of SPX or out of this market all day long, all week long? That's what we're doing over here. Okay. If you want to come on over there, you need to head on over to Educator to Trader and find the membership and join it. It's there. I've moved it, but it's there. If you just really serious, anybody who's watching me on social media, you seeing that I'm still posting profits every single day. Bless the Lord. To God be the glory. I am taking very little credit. All right, because I know it's been a long time coming. And SPX still owe me, by the way, because I've spent a lot more money getting SPX right. Okay. SPX playbook, HTTP, SPX. If you want to look at the strategy that can be used every afternoon, SPXplaybook.com. The strategy that can be used every afternoon during power hour 2:30 on or 2 o'clock on. Actually, the book talks about earlier in the day, to be honest. If you want to get that, you can go over to spxplaybook.com and grab it for $27. Okay. I need to wrap it up. All the strategies that I teach are available at my website, educatortotrader.com. Yeah, SPX owe me, Janae. It still owe me. It still owe me. It still owe me. That's not good. That's not good grammar, and I know it. It still owes me. It still owes me. Okay. Those go there. E2T freebies. If you're looking for all the free resources, that's where we can find those. Okay. SPX 500 switching up over here. That's E2T-freebies.com. You can find all that over there. Let's go to the declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Yes, yes. Do we have anything we need to look at before we go? Looks like SPX is at SPX 500 is at 54.20. We're definitely gapping up today, but you need to watch and see, are we going to gap? As some people say, gap and crap, which means you gap up and drop down, or you're going to gap and go, which means we gap and keep going up. You got to watch it. Selena said SPX owes me too. Yeah, we still, I'm after mine. Listen, I'm coming for everything that the devil stole from me. I want it all back. Come on, Ty Tribbett, sing it. I want it all back. I want it all back. I want it all back. All of it. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name. All righty. Here we go. As I always say, owes, owed, all of it. It owes me. Oh my goodness. We trade our lives off, though getting it back and then some. Yes, ma'am. As I always say, I want you to trade what you see. Please don't go into the market with a bias, because even though we see things happening in the pre-market, a lot of times the market manipulators or market movers, however you want to phrase them, the market manipulators, they know that people are looking at the pre-market, getting themselves set to jump into calls right when the market opens. They go, oh, people think we're running up. They're going to jump in the call. Right when people jump in the calls, the market run up a good 15, 20, 30 minutes. And before you know it, that mug is going back down, right? Please trade what you see. Trade what you see, which is why you need to be able to see that chart. You need to be able to understand what does a reversal look like? Does it, when it's going up and it starts to reverse, what does that look like? When it's going down and it's been down for a while, like it was a couple of days ago, when it went down, nothing goes down forever. So it goes down, down, down. It hits a spot, and then you're like, okay, it looks like it's getting ready to turn, and you need to know what that starts to look like. What does that look? This is why you need the charting, so you'll know what do reversals look like. What does continuation look like? These are things that you can also see in Start with the Chart. Okay, in Chart Your Way to 100K, you can see these things. Nankali says, trade the chart, not your heart. That is Jamie's line. Or Jamie, whichever of the Jamies. Trade the chart, not your heart. Don't come into the market with a bias, because that bias will get you caught. Okay. We don't look at RUT like we used to. RUT is a little pricey. Even though RUT, we do have Magic 8 Ball does have RUT. I just don't trade RUT like that. But trade the chart and not your heart. For sure. Trade. Don't get biased. Look at whatever you see, that's what you trade. If it looks like it's going down, then trade with that, depending on what depending on what strategy you're using. If it looks like it's getting ready to reverse with it. Reverse. What song is that? Crisscross. Go with it. We're flexible over here. We do not get married to a position or married to a spot. We're trading what we see. Okay? All right. So what are we going to do today? We're going to do 3 things. We're going to stay green. We're going to get this money. And we're going to have a great green day. If you're in my membership, I will see you all on the Zoom about 10:15. All righty. Look, we're going to do a little bit of trading together this morning. See what we can get out the market. All righty. Everybody have a great day in the market. I'll see you. Bye.